Hello, cuties. Welcome back to my channel. I am sticking with the Hey Cuties thing. I know I already posted my community tab. Good night to you guys, and like here I am going live. So you're probably like, Dylan, what are you doing? Like, why are you still posting stuff on your channel? Well, I saw a comment that somebody wrote that I wanted to come on here and talk about because my heart goes out to people that are like in this space where they're working on their beliefs and they're trying to feel better, but then they feel like their emotions are ruling them and they can't stop checking, or like they're engaging in sort of like stalking behaviors or looking at their person's Instagram or whatever it is that they're doing that they know, like, oh, I need to stop doing this. I need to like place the focus on myself, but they can't seem to make that full adjustment because this anxious, worried feeling or this emotional state that you're in is literally forcing you to continue to perpetuate these behaviors. So, right, and that's how powerful our mind is. That's why when you can shift your beliefs and you can integrate these new things, you're going to notice that your behaviors start to naturally change. But I wanted to talk about this though because it is something that I've struggled with in the past, and I don't think I've talked about habit loops on my channel before. So I'm going to run over this with you really quickly because the biggest thing that, like, when you're in this space where you're constantly checking, you need to realize what's going on so that you stop judging yourself for it. Okay. Because the moment you stop judging yourself for it and you can apply something that's going to actually shift it, then you're going to be able to break this pattern and stop this like anxious, worried checking thing that continues to perpetuate. Because let me tell you what's happening. Okay. And then if you relate to this, then listen to what I'm about to say. So I'm going to say, like, this is what's unfolding. You're feeling good with yourself. Okay. You're having a good day. You've been working on your beliefs, and then all of a sudden something triggers you or something comes into your awareness, and this triggered feeling is like so deep inside of you, like in your chest, in your body, and all these stories start going in your mind, and all of a sudden like an image comes in your mind, a thought to look at their stuff, or like a worry comes into your mind, and before you know it, you're already looking and checking and seeing what they're doing or what's going on. Okay, and it happens so fast that like you have a hard time pulling yourself out of it. Okay. All right. First thing that I want to say about this, if this is what's going on, sleeping with the belief tracks on at nighttime is going to help this a lot. Okay. Because that when you start shifting your beliefs and reprioritizing yourself and building your self concept up, a lot of those checking, worried, anxious behaviors that are materializing are coming from lack of trust, beliefs that you hold about yourself, beliefs that you hold about relationships, um, confidence within yourself, not feeling like you're able to achieve what it is that you desire, doubting yourself, fear, anything like that. So this is why in a lot of the affirmation recordings that I put on my channel that you can sleep with on at nighttime are primarily focused around the beliefs you hold about yourself, right? And feeling secure and stable within yourself, because a lot of those, as that integrates, a lot of those things should go away. But when you're awake, if this is occurring, you do need to step in and do something about it. And this is why I recommend breath work. So you can look this up on Google. You can look up the term habit loop. Okay. I don't have a picture of it, but if you want to look it up and put it next to this video when you watch it, or if you want to pull it up right now, there's three stages to a habit loop. So it's a cue, then there's a routine, and then there's a reward, if I'm remembering it correctly. Okay. So a cue is something that triggers a routine, and you engage in this routine to gain a reward. Okay. So this is understanding how behaviors materialize. Um, so the cue could be, in this situation, a negative thought, something that you see that reminds you of your person, something that anything that triggers this into your awareness. And if you are following the advice that's on my channel, then you know I say, like, if you're not stable, just drop it. Don't even focus on it. Focus on yourself. Decide to feel better within yourself. So I'm sure you're probably already trying to cultivate an environment where you're not becoming triggered anymore. So you may be dealing more with like anxious thoughts that are just naturally popping up into your mind that are triggering you, or images. This is why I talked about the eraser technique a few videos back, because those were the things that I was dealing with. It wasn't things in my reality that were necessarily triggering me. It was like my thoughts and where my awareness was going. So we have to realize what is occurring. Why are you unconsciously materializing this behavior where you're checking and you can't control it? Well, something is triggering you, and the routine that you're engaging in, you have to figure out why. So why would I want to check on this stuff? Why would I want to look at these things? What's the reward that I'm gaining from this? I want to feel relief. I want to feel like, change is occurring. I want to check and see if what I'm doing is working. You're trying to gain relief. Okay. That's the whole point of engaging in this routine. So if you can and the thing that sucks too, if you're going through this change, when you're checking, you may see something that you like, you may see something that you don't like. And if you see something you don't like, that's going to trigger you even more, right? So the whole routine that you're engaging with doesn't even give you the relief. It just causes you to spiral out even more. Okay. So what's going on here? Something is triggering your nervous system that's making you not feel good. Okay. And you're engaging in a routine where you're going to check something to try and feel better. So you're seeking externally something to help yourself feel better. Okay. When this is occurring, when you find this as something that you're dealing with, do not judge yourself for it. Do not feel bad for it. It is totally unconscious. It's out of it's like out of your control. It is your body trying to find a way to feel better and cope with how it's feeling and the thoughts that you're having, the awareness that you have. So what do? Well, you realize, oh, I'm feeling triggered right now. Okay, so sometimes like the cues, right? Like your thoughts, that's a little bit more difficult to like remove from your immediate reality because that's inside your mind. That's where the belief tracks are useful, right? But if you're having these thoughts as you're going through this change, then when you're awake, okay, and you notice that you're feeling off and you notice that this feeling, when I feel this way, I engage in this behavior, and then it's like this is the result that I'm getting. What you do is you change the routine. Okay. So what am I engaging with? What's the reward that I'm seeking by engaging in this behavior? I'm seeking relief. Okay. So I know if I go and check on these things, that's not going to make me feel better. I also need to be able to find a way to regulate my own happiness and stability and create love as something within myself. And the long-term application of this, that's going to be how I'm able to create sustainable results in my life. Okay. Because it's not about force and manipulation or checking or trying to make something happen. It's about trusting, knowing yourself, holding a vision, allowing that to unfold, trusting you'll be at the right place at the right time. You'll know what to say, what to do, and that everything's working for you. So, in the long term application of catching these behaviors, if you can change that routine, that's also going to work for you in the long term too. This is why I recommend breath work. This is why I'm going to go on my whole spiel about breath work, you guys. Okay. Or it doesn't even have to be breath work. I highly suggest it because it's going to be something like, again, you have a cue that's triggering a routine to gain relief. So breath work is a scientifically proven way to stimulate your vagus nerve to help your body relax. And if you do this, you're going to notice that when you are in that feeling state, when those thoughts start popping up, when that awareness starts popping up, when you know you're about to like go and check and be even more triggered or by whatever you may be looking at, okay? If you can step in and do that breath work, you're going to notice that you actually relax and you lose the desire to engage in that behavior. Okay. Because you've stepped in and replaced the routine that you're engaging with that's going to gain you the same reward that you were seeking unconsciously. Okay. So if this is going on a lot, when you notice that feeling is coming up, if you can sit down and do some breath work, that would be a great option. If you can go take a walk, if you could go do a workout, if you could go do anything else, if you can realize that what you are genuinely seeking right now is comfort, stability, security within yourself to feel like you got this, that everything's going to be okay. You need to change the routine that you're engaging in. Okay. Breathwork is the fastest way to do it because if you can stabilize your nervous system, like if you can catch this before it starts to become a consistent thing. And you can sit down to do that breath work before you start to create a habit loop out of this cue, routine, and reward. Then it's not going to become a problem for you. So you'll become so stabilized in your nervous system that you don't have these cues that are triggering you anymore, or they don't trigger you as deeply, or you just don't even care about it anymore. And it doesn't become an issue or worry for you. And if you're sleeping with the belief track on at nighttime, that's really going to be the case for you because as you integrate new beliefs, and you disengage with these routines that are not serving you, then as you stabilize in your nervous system and integrate these new beliefs, the behaviors and the patterns that you're engaging with aren't going to be a thing anymore. Okay. So I just wanted to say this, be gentle with yourself. If this is what you're going through, this is what you should do. If, if this is what you're going through. And then when all these like behaviors and this triggered state really goes away, then I would step in and really start persisting in your end. Okay. But if you're like getting triggered and you're constantly checking, you're constantly worried, if you're integrating new beliefs, great. But if you're having these things that are occurring when you're awake, you need to realize what's going on. You need to be gentle with yourself and you just need to step in and realize, oh, when I'm checking or I'm worried, I'm not feeling stable and secure within myself. I'm not feeling confident within myself. I'm seeking comfort And I know that checking on that thing is not going to be what really gives me the comfort. How can I give that to myself? What is a better choice that I can make that in the long term is going to be sustainable for me to sustain the results that I desire in my life, but is also actually going to give me the relief that my body is unconsciously seeking. Okay. All right. That's all I wanted to talk about. That's it. I love you guys. Have a good night. Thanks for being here. Thanks for all the thumbs up. Be gentle with yourself. Believe in yourself. Okay. All right. Bye.